Love them or hate them, low fares carriers have made travel available to the masses, and here in Europe, 3 in particular spring to mind. They are of course Ryanair, easyJet and Norwegian. But in my opinion, which one is the best and stands head and shoulders above the competition? That's what this week's video is all about. Welcome to Blake Edgington Airborne, let's get going. So how is this going to work? Well, I have a number of categories that I'll be assessing each of the airlines on and awarding points from 3 to 1. Hopefully, at the end of the video, we'll have a clear winner on which of Norwegian, easyJet and Ryanair is the best of the major low fares carriers in Europe. Now, I would stress that all of the opinions in this video are my own and are based on the experiences that I have had when travelling with these airlines. And if you've had a different experience, please do let me know in the comments. Now it's time to get to the first category. So where can you fly on the airlines in this comparison? Starting with easyJet, their fleet of Airbus aircraft currently fly to around 132 destinations, with particular focus on Western and Southern Europe. They do have a number of bases around Europe, with their largest being London's Gatwick Airport. Norwegian's route network is much further reaching than both easyJet and Ryanair. This is because the airline operates not only to Europe, but worldwide. Although Norwegian have significantly fewer aircraft than easyJet and Ryanair, their fleet of Boeing 737 and 787 aircraft fly to 153 destinations globally. For Ryanair, according to their website, they currently fly to 216 destinations in 37 countries, some of which many people may not have even heard of. Unlike easyJet, Ryanair also fly to a number of locations in Eastern Europe, taking advantage of the growing popularity of the region. Do bear in mind though that on some routes, Ryanair actually fly to secondary airports rather than a city's main hub. So it's time to award the points based on route network. This was quite a tricky one actually, and in third place was easyJet. With their 132 destinations, they do operate slightly fewer number of routes than Norwegian. Do bear in mind though, they do offer higher frequency on a number of routes that they fly. Of course, Norwegian then go into second place, and then in first place with their huge route network of 216 destinations in 37 countries is Ryanair. So for the purpose of this comparison, we're going to look at the same flight on the same day, preferably a morning route, starting off with easyJet on a flight from London Gatwick to Alicante on Saturday the 27th of October 2018, and you'll see here that the fare I've selected is £46.32. That's just for the flight, no additional extras. If we look at Norwegian Airlines, again, the same route on the same day. They have a direct flight from London Gatwick to Alicante departing at 11 AM at a price currently of £34.90. And then Ryanair, as they are so well known for, have the cheapest flight of all. Again, the same route on the same day, departing at 10:15 in the morning for only £19.99. So pretty obvious scoring on this category on price. In third place you have easyJet. Second place goes to Norwegian, and of course, as expected really, Ryanair with their fantastic value fares get all 3 points. Let's go to the next category. Now we'll look at the seat selection on board all 3 airlines. You'll see first of all easyJet here. To select your seat on board the aircraft, there are various prices you can choose. To sit at the front of the aircraft, you do pay £21.49. It's slightly cheaper to sit near the front, so you can be one of the first people off, and bear in mind these seats do come with an extra cabin bag and first to board the aircraft through speedy boarding. Your standard seat on board an easyJet aircraft is just £4.49, offering pretty good value for money. Norwegian seat reservations again vary quite greatly in price. To sit on the front row of the plane will cost you £24 per person. To sit near the front, be one of the first people off the plane, is £16, and a standard seat on board Norwegian will cost you £9 per person. Don't forget the extra legroom seats on the overwing exits are slightly more expensive too. And then we come to Ryanair. They have some special sale seats on board this flight today that will cost you £5.24, but they are located quite far towards the back of the plane. A standard seat will cost you £10 per person, to sit near the front £17, and extra legroom seats will cost you £20 in total. So to award the points for the seat selection, we're going to look at the standard seats. In third place you have Ryanair, who will charge you £10 just to choose a seat on the aircraft, unless you choose it one of the few seats during the sale. Norwegian come in second place with 2 points for £9 for a standard seat, and in first place at £4.49 is easyJet. Now, chances are if you're travelling with any of these airlines, you're going to have a bag of some sort. easyJet's baggage policy, you can see here, allows you to take one cabin bag per person into the cabin. You can take a second bag on board if you purchase a seat near the front of the aircraft, which also includes speedy boarding. This bag would be a small laptop or a handbag. To place an item in the hold, you can pay for either 15 kilos, 23 or 26 kilos, and you can see the prices range from £19.99 to £34.99. Norwegian's baggage policy is quite clear. You can take one bag free of charge into the cabin, and if you want to check an item into the hold, this will cost you £23 for a 20 kilo bag. Now, Ryanair are well known for their luggage policies, and at the moment you can take 2 bags to the gate, one of which can be dropped at the gate and placed in the hold. As of the 1st November, however, you're allowed to take just one cabin bag on board the aircraft, and it is the smallest size of all of the airlines we're looking at today. You can purchase priority boarding and 2 cabin bags for £6, and to place an item into the hold of the aircraft will cost you £25 for 20 kilos. So points awarded for baggage. In third place with 1 point is Ryanair. They charge the most to check an item into the hold and have the smallest dimensions and strictest policy on cabin baggage. In second place is easyJet, that offer quite a reasonable fee to check an item into the hold and a decent sized baggage allowance for the cabin. But in first place is Norwegian. Their policy is very clear, and also you can take a small laptop or handbag as well as your cabin baggage into the aircraft itself. So I hope you're enjoying the video so far. The current scores, if you've not been keeping track, in third place we have easyJet with 7 points. Second place goes to Ryanair with 8 points, and leading the way at the moment is Norwegian Airlines with 9 points. Now let's get on board the aircraft and look at the final categories. Now, if you didn't manage to grab anything to eat before your flight, easyJet can take care of you. On board their aircraft you have the bistro selection, which has a wide range of hot and cold snacks, as well as drinks, both alcoholic and soft drinks as well. They do offer a very good value meal deal, which I was quite impressed with. Norwegian Airlines also offer in-flight catering, however their selection was probably the smallest out of the 3 carriers. They do have a range of hot and cold snacks as well as drinks available for purchase on board, and their prices were pretty reasonable in my opinion. Out of all 3 airlines that we're looking at today, I'd have to say that Ryanair have the most impressive selection of onboard catering. They have a range of hot and cold snacks, as well as soft drinks and alcoholic beverages. There's plenty to choose from if you are on board a Ryanair flight. Now, I'm sure you can guess how this particular category has finished up. In third place with 1 point is Norwegian. They have quite a small selection compared to their competitors. In second place with a good selection of drinks and snacks is easyJet, but leading the way with a huge range of buy on board items is of course Ryanair. Now, comfort of course is the most important part of any low fares flight. easyJet's cabin, you'll see, is finished with grey and flashes of the easyJet orange, and the seat itself I found to be very comfortable on board my flight. The design was quite smart. The tray table I would say was a little bit smaller than I would have liked, but there was plenty to read inside the literature pocket, such as the in-flight magazine as well as menu cards, and of course the easyJet buy on board service for gifts or fragrances. Legroom wasn't terrible, but certainly not the best that I've had on board a low fares carrier. Now, the Norwegian cabin for me was the smartest of all three airlines, finished with its very dark grey tones with flashes of red and of course the beautiful Boeing Sky interior. The seat itself was a Recaro, very modern design seat. There was plenty of storage at the top for the literature that's provided by the airline, and you did have a small seat pocket lower down the seat for your own personal items. Plenty of room on the tray table, and of all three airlines that I've flown on, Norwegian certainly for me had the best legroom. Not forgetting for entertainment, they do also provide in-flight connectivity via Wi-Fi, and you can stream music, video and movies straight through your portable electronic device. I was lucky enough to fly on board one of the more modern aircraft in the Ryanair fleet, and this featured flashes of yellow on the overhead lockers, which was really nicely complemented by the mood lighting from the Boeing Sky interior. The seat itself was a slimmer design than previous Ryanair seats, and it was incredibly comfortable. I was very surprised. A big downside would have to be that there's no seat back storage. Any magazines have to be handed out by the crew and then collected later on in the flight. Therefore, the only place to keep anything is under the seat in front of you. The legroom was very impressive. I'd say slightly more comfortable and more spacious than easyJet, and overall I was pleasantly surprised by my Ryanair cabin experience. So for the points award for the cabin, this was quite a difficult one to decide. There is a clear winner, but in third place I had to give it just about to Ryanair. While their cabin was very smart indeed and the legroom was great, the lack of seat back storage is a big downside, and also with a non-adjustable tray table that can be quite difficult for slimmer passengers. In second place you have then easyJet. I love the design of their cabin, but I found the tray table itself a little bit narrow. However, the seat back storage was a big plus ahead of Ryanair. And leading the way was Norwegian. Not only was their seat very smart and modern with great legroom, but also the benefit of having in-flight connectivity has to be a massive plus when travelling around Europe. So that's it. I hope you've enjoyed the video up for now. If you've been keeping score, you'll already know the result, but for those that haven't, in third place was easyJet with 11 points. Second place, that went to Ryanair with 12 points, which of course means the winners are Norwegian Airlines with 13 points. I am very surprised at how close it was. I genuinely, when I created this video, didn't know how it would end up. I had an inkling that Norwegian would win based on my experience, and I'm glad they did, but it was so tight between all of them. Each airline has their good and bad points, and that's kind of what you expect with a low fares carrier. I do hope you have enjoyed the video. Please do subscribe for future content. For my regular viewers, there will be a standard flight review next Friday night, as usual, at 7 PM. Also, if you have enjoyed it, do hit that thumbs up button, and please do leave me your feedback in the comments section below. I do read to all of the comments and respond to them wherever I can. Most of all, thanks for watching and take care.